If we don't stop the melt of our 90% silver, it's going to be gone. And I understand the people who hold 90% silver. It's not going to be all gone. I understand that portion 100%. But I am so sick of hearing this shop, this pawn shop, melting down our history. We saved history today at the shop. I'm going to explain. We had a big hoard of 90% silver to come into the shop. We're going to let you know what happened with that. Help me out with the thumbs up, my friends. Get this video out. Those thumbs up are crucial right now. If you're a big supporter or a supporter of Stop the Melt campaign, I need your help, my friends. I need your help with the like button. Let's get this done today. Let's stop the melt. Let's get into it. Look, I keep hearing this shop, that pawn shop. You know, we see it in our forums with the coin shops, pawn shops. Other coin shops have called me saying this coin shop, this pawn shop sent this much in. We don't realize how much is getting sent in, my friends. We just don't realize it. It's not because your silver is going to be worth more. The premiums are going to go up on 90% silver when the crap hits the fan. It's not ounce base. Whatever the price of silver is, that's the price. But it's going to be the premiums on top of it. It's going to go out of sight. If you want more 90% silver now, grab it now, before it's too late. This is not trying to tell you go buy 90% silver, go buy this, go buy this. No. This is trying to get people motivated. I don't care if you go get one silver quarter, a couple silver dimes at your local coin shop. If that's all you can afford to get, grab what you can afford to get. That is a warning right there. Grab what you can afford to get before the prices start skyrocketing with the premiums on 90% silver. We got to stop the melt today. It is shameful. You've heard me say this before, but it's worth repeating. It is shameful these coin shops and pawn shops are smelting everything down. They get in. Then they turn around and complain they don't have any more. Well, you don't have any more because you melted it down. They want that quick, fast buck. I don't want the quick, fast buck. I want physical 90% silver in my possession. I think most of us want 90% silver in our possession. People are not looking, a lot of people are not looking down the road, seeing what's coming. It's not good, my friends. President Trump has stated he wants a weaker dollar. He wants rate cuts. The economy is not good if we get rate cuts. We're going to hyperinflation, superinflation, whatever you want to call it, soon. Everything is going to start rising once again. It's just going to take time for it to work through the system. Not because they're going to cut rates next week. You're not going to see prices probably jump next week. It takes time for that to go through the system. I know, it don't sound right, but that's how it works. That is how it works. Prices are going up. Gold in the futures market touched over $3,700 today. Pull back a little bit. Yes, in the futures market. It's pulled back from $3,700. But we touched $3,700, another record high for gold. We keep seeing record highs for gold. Record highs for gold. What's really going on behind the scenes? Countries don't want this. They're making their own currencies. They're backing it by gold. They're stacking gold. Some countries are starting to stack silver. Trump wants to put silver and copper on the strategic metals list. What do you think that's going to do with the price of silver and copper now? Other countries are getting away from the dollar. What's going to happen? These dollars are coming home. They're floating back home. They're going to hit our shorelines. And guess what? you have hyperinflation. It's time to wake up and start stacking as much as you can. Possibly you can. This is not saying go bite off more than you can chew. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know, I can sit here and remember, and I'm sure a lot of you folks can remember this too. How many of you remember getting a roll of silver quarters for $200? How many of you folks remember getting a roll of dimes for $100? I remember getting a roll of silver dimes for $80. I think that's the lowest I paid, was $80. Some of you probably got it a lot cheaper than that, depending on how long you've been stacking for. Look at the prices today. Look at the prices of a roll of silver quarters today. Look at the price of a roll of dimes today. And we're scratching our heads. And maybe some of us are saying, should have bought more when it was cheaper. Well, I'll ask you this again. Don't have to answer this question in the comment section. Did you have this to convert into silver? Most of us are going to say no. So you stack as you can. We got to save our history today. Check out channel sponsor Pinbacks for all your silver, gold, and platinum needs. They have a deal going on right now. 1 ounce various mint rounds. 60 or more. They dropped the threshold from 100 and kept it the same price at 60 level. 60, so that's 3 tubes. You like a mystery. Don't know what rounds you're going to get. Just because you see 5 different rounds or 6 different rounds, I think there's 2 Buffalo rounds showing, and there's 5 other rounds showing, does not mean you're going to get those type of rounds. It could be, it's random. They're all going to be retail friendly. That's 60 ounces of silver. Yes, you can buy less. This is going to be a little bit more. It's going to be a little bit more, my friends. If you're able to afford to do it, pull the trigger and do it. Don't be seen on the sidelines. This is the same message we're telling our customers. The time has come. Stack more. What are you going to waiting for? $50 silver, $55 silver, and see the panic set in? That day is coming sooner than later. How soon, I don't know. So thank you, channel sponsor Pinbacks, for sponsoring this channel, Coin Shop Chris. Thank you to you all, because it's not possible without you. Now let's get into what's going on at the coin shop. Told you about a guy kept coming in, $50, $60 face of silver dimes. He finally found the house. Finally. And contract signed. It's going to be a quick close. 30 days, quick close. And he came in with a lot of 90% silver dimes. He came in with $3,000 face. And we put him through the counter, exactly what he had. We paid him out. Then he asked us, he says, I've been hearing a lot of coin shops are smelting stuff down. He says, you guys smelt, we don't, I says, no, we don't smelt down anything. The only thing we smelt down is if it's something that's really worn down, you can't see the date on it, and even though you can't see the date on it, we try to put it out for the public to scoop it up. But if it's really invisible, don't really know what it is, maybe you can tell it's a silver quarter just barely, yeah, it's going to go thrown into the smelt pot. That is the only time I recommend smelting any coinage down like that, when it's really unrecognizable. And you don't see a lot of them. You see a lot of them with no dates on them, especially the Staying Liberty quarters. You see a lot of worn down Mercury dimes. You see a lot of worn down Bobber quarters, halves. No date on them. They're worn off. The back's all messed up. It's worn down. Yeah, those type of coins should get smelted down. But other than that, if we can't sell them, if they don't sit, if we put them on the floor and they don't sell within 2 or 3 weeks, we just put them in a little bin. If someone asks for calls, we let them pick to the call bucket. Some people love the calls. Fine. No problem. Sell them at spot. We put them on a scale and go by that weight. We don't do $1.40 face that way. We just go by the weight of the coin. That is how we do it. Had a person come in yesterday. Bought 55 ounces of beat up silver, toned up, whatever, milk spot up. It's not retail friendly. It's been in the bucket for a while. He's smelting it down himself, and he's making his own silver, dragons, snakes, and whatever. He's making 1 ounce pieces, 2 ounce pieces. We sold him that spot. Sold that spot. Put it on the scale, sold that spot. He's happy. A lot of it was 999. Three nines fine. Some of it was 4 nines fine. Don't make really much of a difference. He's got a smelt pot, whatever you call those things, for himself. So he's doing his own projects. Yeah, then he shines it up and he sells it on eBay, I guess. This is how we stop the milk, my friends. It's getting the word out. Shop's busy right now. We got a lot of inventory coming in. We got a lot of inventory going out. We have people still selling. And some people who are selling don't need the money. They just want to take profits. That's the worst thing you can do right now, in my humble opinion. Worst thing you can do. People see a little bit of a pullback. They panic. You get another group of people on the other side. They see a little bit of an uptick. It's all panic. It's all panic. Let's go buy it all now. No. Cost, average your stocks. That is the simplest term I can use on this channel. I don't want to cause panic. But what I am panicked about is these coin shops. They're not really coin shops. They're not really pawn shops. If they claim one breath that's saying everything into the smelters, then they claim on the back end of the half, I got hardly no inventory. This is what you're hearing out there. They don't know what they said at the beginning of the video, and they're saying something totally different at the back half of the video. Really? Because I guess they can't remember what they said before. But they just want to make that fast buck. They want to make that fast 1%, 2%, 3%. That's all they care about. They don't care about their local people. That is a crying shame. We're not smelting everything down. Yes, do we have a crap load of 90% silver dimes right now? Yes. Where would they sell? Yes. We can sell them to other coin shops. We can sell them to our dealer. If we get too much, we can sell them to channel sponsor Pinbacks as well. We haven't had to do that yet. We're keeping enough inventory in. We know we're going to sell it. Just like the 40% silver hats, our owner. Years and years of just people not wanting these things. He kept buying. He kept buying them. He kept purchasing them. He's seen on some inventory, my friends, that he's probably got some of these half dollars just a little over face back in the day. I remember when I started working for him, we were paying about $2.25, $2, $2.50 each. Now they're over $6 each. Nobody wanted them. Our owner says to sit on them. We're not going to do nothing with it. Sit on them. The day will come. The day will come. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about burning anything. We send very little to the smelter. Very little. Very little. We'd rather sell it to people who want to melt it down themselves and make other silver out of it so they can make a little bit of money off of it. If that's what they want to do, we got no control. If someone comes in and buys 1,000 bag face of Mercury dimes or Roosevelt silver dimes, they come in, they smelt it down themselves, or they pay the higher price. If you're into that type of situation, my friends, where you are making your own silver pieces, go to your local coin shops. See what you can do with them. And get what you can afford. You know what you can afford. Do it that way. A lot of people do it that way. They get buffalo rounds or they get toned up crap. Damaged silver. Stuff with holes in it. And I know I should have done this video a little bit. Someone asked me about holes in silver coins. It's a little backstory of that. Okay? You gotta remember, a lot of these coins that have holes in them are probably from 1930s or before. And the reason being, and not to insult anybody here, the reason being, in the 1920s, mostly the people who worked were guys. There was about 20% of women that actually worked in the 1920s. Guys didn't have pockets on their suits. So what they did was, they drilled a hole through the quarter, through the piece dollar, through the Morgan dollar, half dollars. You've seen it all. And they would tie a piece of string inside their jacket. They would tie it around the button so they didn't lose their coinage. Remember, a silver quarter back in that day was a lot of money. A silver dime was a lot. I mean, that could feed you for the day. So guys didn't have, there was no pockets back in the 20s or earlier with men's suits. Some men kept it in their shoes. Some men kept it in their hat. In the, not the little inside panel of the hats. You know, so that's where a lot of these holes come from in the coins, is because people did it back in the day so they didn't lose their coinage. That's a little bit of history for you folks. That's why you see some Morgan dollars, piece dollars. They have a hole in them. That's the reason why. They tied it around their suit, inside their suit, so it's not jingling around for one. Because they didn't carry a lot of money back then. $1 got them a lot of services and goods back then in the day. And that is the main reason you saw it, because they didn't have pockets. Look the history up if you don't believe me. But that is the history of the holes in coins for the most part. There's some other stories out there, but I don't really try to believe those ones. But you got to look back at the times. You know, a lot of females didn't work back in the 20s. Well, a lot of females had their little pouches they carried with them. Guys didn't carry the pouches back in the day. So, with that being said, that's how it was. That's how those times were back in the day. And we're not going that far back. But when we're sitting here, smelting down our history, it's going to be gone, my friends. Gone. Good luck trying to get it when the crap hits the fan. Really, good luck. I wish everybody the best of luck trying to get it when the mainstream people, when America wakes up and say, holy crap, what just happened? Well, I've been warning about this. Salivate Meadow has been warning about this. Other channels have been warning about this. Come on board with us, my friends. Come join Stop the Melt. Get this on other channels. Hashtag Stop the Melt. We got to get this done. The more we keep griping, the more we're going to grow. The more you folks type that, put that thumbs up there. The more of you folks get that, YouTube pushes this content out to more and more people. Let's save our history. Let's keep the prices as low as possible. That will help you stack more. Let's not worry about the prices going up. The prices will come naturally when silver really takes off. And we're in that zone right now. Silver's over $41 an ounce. Let the price happen naturally. Let's stop the melt. Let's not force premiums to go up on our 90% silver. You don't want that. Trust me, we've seen that already. You want to see that again? You want to see $41, $45 silver, but your premiums on your 90% silver go to 50 times face? And people are going to laugh at that. It's going to happen. The premiums will shoot up. We keep smelting our coins down. That is what's going to happen. The premiums will go up, but your ounces of silver remain the same. I hope that woken up some people. I'm hoping this gets the word out. I'm hoping you give me the opportunity, give me the thumbs up in this video, because it's really important to stop this melt. Shame on these coin shops. Shame on these pawn shops. You're no longer coin shops. You're no longer pawn shops. You're a gosh darn smelter in my eyes. Shameful. Shame on you all. Ones that are smelting our history down. We gotta get this word out, my friends. Yeah, I'm a little teed off, but you gotta be teed off. You gotta be upset about this because they wouldn't burn down their own family history. But they don't give a crap about American history, American coinage. That is an insult to America. That is an insult to the designer. That is an insult to U.S. Mint, the people who worked hard to produce these coins. It's an insult to everybody out there. Well, maybe most of us. Insult. That is what it is, my friends. We gotta stop the melt. I'm going to keep you updated. We're not at our shop. Not my shop. I just work there. We're going to keep you posted. We were happy to help that guy out who finally found a home. He did it the right way. He sold it in piecemeal to us until he found a house. And he said to me today, I'm glad I sold a little bit at a time. A little bit at a time. A little bit at a time. He says, because he was going to come in first and sell it all at once. Put the cash in the bank. That's the worst thing you can do. He's gained, my friends. He's gained since I told him. We were able to pay him out more today than when he first came in and wanted to sell it all. Don't need to sell. That's my message. Don't sell. Don't sell. Just like these other people who have all these Australian coins. They're doing it piecemeal too. They want to sell it all at one time. They haven't done it that way. They're keeping their case full. They're happy. The dollar's really happy. Guy's happy. You know, you try to explain the right way to people. And, you know, my way may not be always the right way for everybody. But we have to look out for everybody. Find out what their needs are, what their wants are, what their plans are. That way you can try to coach somebody. Everybody's going to turn into a little bit of a different direction. So when I'm openly talking about this, everybody's going to be in a little bit of different scenario of what's going on in their lives. And that's okay. Some people need to sell quick. I get it. Most of us don't need to sell that quick. Have a plan, my friends. Have a plan. Prepare for the worst. I know, I'm doom and gloom. That's what people call me. That's fine. Call me doom and gloom, or the ones who call me doom and gloom, we will prove you that we were right of trying to help people out. And this is how this market is. People get so flustered of silver and gold going up so much, going down too much, and they take a reaction to every little dip. Every little major dip, people take a reaction to. Silver and gold are there for the long-term hold. Most of you folks know that already. My main concern is everybody's safety for one. Two, we got to stop the melt. Check out channel sponsor Pinbacks. I'll give him a second shout out in the video. Let him know that Crazy Coin Shop Chris sent you. What's moving right now at the shop? Once again, especially in gold right now. 10th ounce American gold. They're flying off the shelves. We are selling 90% silver. We're selling rounds. We're selling 1 ounce bars right now. 5 ounce bars. The 10 ounce bars are starting to back off a tad right now. That is what's happening. I'm going to keep you up to date of what I'm seeing in the market for market changes. So make sure you are subscribed. Can't talk today. Can't talk most days. That's okay. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you'll give me the thumbs up. Please, I'm begging you today. Get this video out there for me. Let's get this video out there for us. Stop the gosh darn melt today. Coin Shop Chris is out. We will see you later.